I am calling on all Canadians from coast to coast to coast, all Canadians, to stand up, show a little bit of courage, show a little bit of backbone, and break all the coronavirus rules. All of them. Every single one. If you've got a business, open it up. If the government says it's not essential, open it up anyways. Go to the park. Don't wear a mask. In the supermarkets, walk anywhere you want. Don't walk where the arrows tell you. If you have a wedding planned, get married. If you're a dual citizen, US Canadian, you go to the US or to Canada anytime you want. Make up some story that you're doing something essential and you're not doing it. And first of all, they can't even stop you from going into those countries anyway. You're a citizen. Do whatever you want to do. Have gatherings with as many people as possible. Break all of these rules. Don't wear the hand sanitizer. Do all these stuff. And if the police and the law enforcement try to harass you, you get in their dirty, disgusting face and you tell them to go to hell. And before you harass me, you go harass Justin the tack-headed tar-faced Swiftfoot Mac Daddy Trudeau, because he has broken all of these rules, not once, but twice. He has proven that these new rules are a joke. First time he broke the rule was by going to his cottage with his entourage, and he made that perfectly clear by taking a bunch of Facebook photos to show everybody that he's out at his cottage, no social distancing, nothing. And then the second time he hijacks, because now all the attention is on him, hijacks the Black Lives Matter protest, which was attended by thousands of people, no social distancing, nothing. And he's potentially putting these people at risk because his wife had coronavirus. So I am done with these government officials doing one thing or saying one thing and doing the other. Do what you need to do. If the cops come to your business, you tell them to get the hell out of my store. Get out! Get out, pig! And I'm not saying all cops are pigs. There are many, but I'm saying it if a cop decides to harass an average Canadian and not harass the Prime Minister when he broke his own rules, you are a pig! You're abusing your power. Trudeau is the one who must be arrested and harassed and bullied. If your job site tells you to be socially distant, you tell them to fuck off! Because the Justin the tack-headed Mac Daddy Trudeau is breaking his own rules. And by the way, I'm not against the Black Lives Matter protests. I support them. And I think more people should have attended. Just like I think more people should attend the Reopen Ontario, Reopen Canada, Stop the Covid-19 lockdown protests. More people should come out in defiance. Let Doug Ford call everyone in Ontario a Yahoo and see where that'll get him. And he's another one. He is another one. That disgusting, filthy, traitor, rat, Doug Ford, that rat who calls people Yahoos for wanting their freedoms back. This coronavirus kills less than 1% of people who get it. Japan and all these other countries don't have any lockdowns, and nothing has happened to them, and yet he goes to his cottage. These politicians are proving my point that these COVID-19 precautions are a big, fat joke. And if even your own parents try to tell you, well, you stay inside because the media and Justin Trudeau told us it's unsafe. Tell them to get smart. Justin Trudeau and Doug Ford are breaking their own rules. And if they want to throw you out, tell them I'd rather... What are you going to... First of all, what are you going to do? Throw me out there with the COVID-19 that you're so afraid of? You're another hypocrite! I'd rather sleep under a bridge than live with hypocrites! You tell them that! It's time to get rebellious now! And I think people are. I couldn't say that 2 months ago, but people are waking up now. When I went to that rally in Toronto, all those hundreds of people showing up to demand that Doug Ford reopen this province. And if he doesn't reopen this province by August, I will no longer support him again. He can do anything he wants. He can lower the taxes to zero. He can cut all the red tape. He can bring 1 trillion jobs to Ontario. If this province is not opened up by August, I will not support Doug Ford ever again. I mean it. In fact, I'll campaign against him. I won't go for the Liberals or the NDP or the Greens, but I'll go for some independent small party, something like that. I will not support a hypocrite. I will not. I'm giving him until August to remember who his real supporters are. His head is getting all big with all these wishy-washy, haughty, disgusting, filthy liberals on his Facebook page telling him how much they love him when they used to hate him. I've seen countless comments from liberals on his page saying, well, I used to hate you, but now I love you because you are doing all these measures. Those people aren't going to support you during an election. I can tell you that once this thing is over, once an election starts, they won't go for your ass. They'll go for the original power-hungry, power-tripping, fart foolishness liberal. Not you. Not you. Your brother's rolling in his grave, Doug. I'm sorry I had to say that. I've been trying to hold that in, but it's true. You've irritated me now. And now Doug and his people will huff and puff and won't take my calls and won't do an interview now. And go ahead. Go ahead. Huff and puff and go on all you want. It's only making your situation worse. Arana Nation helped you. Helped you. And if I leave you, and let me tell you, a lot of people are angry with Doug as well. His behavior. I told you those liberals aren't going to support him when this stuff settles. And if you lose me, you're losing me for good. You're not going to scare me back with, oh, well, the liberals might win. You're acting like a liberal. So what's the difference between the actual liberals and you? None. None. In fact, I probably prefer at least I know what I'm getting myself into and I can prepare and I can strategize. I don't know you anymore, Doug. I don't know you anymore. You're bullying these small business people to shut their doors. They can't make a living. They can't make money. They have to rely on the government, be on welfare. These are people who built something from nothing. They have pride, and you're taking that from them. But you let Walmart, which panders to the Chinese communists who gave us this filthy virus in the first place, like the high street Tory that you are, you let them stay open and they bully their customers, bully their employees, just like all the other big global companies. Thought you were for the people. You're not. You're not. You want to call us yahoos? Well, tell all those black people who are fighting against racism, which, by the way, you said doesn't exist. Yeah, okay, the what the natives went through, the residential school system, that doesn't exist. What Viola Desmond went through when she was thrown out of that theater in Halifax for being black and didn't sit in the back of the theater, that doesn't exist. That's exactly what you tell all those black folks they're being yahoos. Tell them, because people in Ontario and Canada are waking up. What are you going to do? Call everyone a yahoo? And even all those precious little liberals that you're pandering to, they're yahoos as well. Because when I was at that protest, first of all, I'll tell you, we got hundreds of people who attended the protest at Queen's Park. Hundreds. Very fiercely patriotic, great wonderful people. I want to thank Fearless Ontario and Hugs Over Masks for creating that. And as many of people who were there in person, thousands of people were beeping in support on the streets and in downtown Toronto. And I only saw maybe 3 people give a middle finger, thinking we were talking nonsense. What are those people doing out? According to Doug, they would be yahoos too. They're out. They're not quarantined. What are you doing? I mean, don't tell me you're going anywhere essential. There's no essential things anywhere in downtown Toronto. There's no supermarkets. There's no garden center. There's nothing. And even if there was, if you're living in downtown Toronto, you wouldn't be driving. You'd be walking. There's no, downtown Toronto isn't for driving. People who live in downtown Toronto don't drive. And if you don't live in that part of Toronto, what the hell are you doing there? Shouldn't there be grocery stores closer to where you are? What are you doing? There's no excuse for driving if you're so afraid. So you're a yahoo too. So even those people who are so submissive and, yeah, let's lock down for years, they're being hypocrites too. So I'm encouraging all these business people. I better hear news stories about businesses being opened in defiance of the law, standing up against the police if they try to stop you, doing everything you can to mess up this new world order, this COVID-19 new world order. Everything you can. Do it. Break them. Break every one of them. When you go to Walmart, you walk down the opposite end of the aisle where the arrow is pointing. And if a Walmart employee comes to you, you tell him, listen here now, sonny. Listen here. Your government is breaking its own rules. You are working a $14.25 an hour minimum wage job. Just piss off. Don't bother me. I know what I'm doing. Don't ruin your day for me because the government is breaking its own rules. And the same thing with the cops too. Those cops don't get paid anything special. Don't tell the cops if they come to you, you're breaking the rules. Listen here, Mr. Policeman. You are working for a government which is breaking its own rules. Look at Justin attacking Trudeau at a Black Lives Matter protest with thousands of people. I thought that was against the rules. No, you have to social distance and you also can't have gatherings. So then he should be harassed. He should be harassed. So don't harass me, an average Canadian. Don't just harass the little guy. Don't harass the little guy, you bully. Go harass Trudeau. Go harass him. Go on and go harass him. And what's Justin the tackhead Mac Daddy Trudeau attending a Black Lives Matter rally for? That blackface wearing racist trash. What's he doing at a black rally? He's a racist. He's using black folks to make himself look good. He's using us. And then you got these white folks. I'll tell you, and I'm going to say this. You know, my girlfriend, she's not a big politics person. And she's white. She hates politics. But she understands that Trudeau's a hypocrite. And she said it on her Facebook. And then she had this woman come up and say, oh, aren't you dating a black man? He would be so angry to see you attacking Trudeau for attending a BLM rally. So what if he made these laws? It's BLM we're talking about. So coronavirus stops with Black Lives Matter. And I replied to her and say, so you as a white woman presume to think you know what I believe in or what I support? How the hell dare you use my name against my own girlfriend? You think I'm on your side? I don't know you from a hole in the wall. Because she thinks that she's smarter than me, even though she wants to pretend like she's on my side. If there's one thing I hate is white people who think they can speak for me because I'm black. You don't know me! So piss off! Break all these coronavirus rules. Break them. Break them. And if you are watching this and you do break those rules and you get into trouble, I want you to reach out to me. I will spend everything I have to come down and defend you, protect you, interview you, spread your story around. If you get locked up for opening your store, I'm going to come down to you, interview you, and we'll just keep spreading these messages. And at every turn, we will say, well, this person got reprimanded, this person got in trouble, this person got sent to jail, this person got sent a fine, but Justin Attackhead and Mac Daddy Trudeau didn't. If you get a ticket, you burn that ticket, you rip it up, throw it in the wind, throw it in the dust. They'll say it's littering. Well, Justin the Tackhead Mac Daddy Trudeau, he talks about littering, but then he flies around everywhere on his private jet. Hypocrite. Break the rules. Because I know I am. This is the Commander-in-Chief of the Arana Nation.